It's the Homeowner Show, episode number 326. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to bring you the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Craig Williams, and I'm in the studio without Kevin because he's hiding in some South American country right now. I don't know what he's doing, but we're going to have a good time tonight. Got a lot of fun people in the studio. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Yep. Brian's not following the rules. He's not on the microphone.
Yeah, I don't have to because I'm super freaking loud.
All right, guys, before we get into it tonight, we're going to do a fun episode about buying a house here in Texas, but want to thank our sponsors. Thank you. Oh, I need to turn the camera on. That's going to be helpful. There we go. Everybody wants to be able to see us. Thank you. Oh, goodness gracious. Catch up with me.
Hello. Can we do that? Hello.
Yep, we're on there. All right.
Our camera's the one missing. You do that, right?
All right. Come on. There we go. Thank you to Lone Star Appliance Repair. Lone Star Appliance Repair. If you need your appliances fixed, it is way cheaper to go get your appliance fixed than it is to go mess with a idiot salesman at a box store. You can give them a call at 936-647-2364. You can call. You can even text to set up an appointment. Darlene will be happy to talk to you. Also want to thank our sponsor, True Texas Solar and Roofing, for all of your home energy needs. If you want to get off the grid, True Texas Solar is your one-stop shop. You can't actually get off the grid, but you can have solar. You can have a generator, and you can have a whole home battery backup system, and they can integrate that and make it all work together for you. Great company. Give them a call, 936-286-8325. And also shout out to Crazy Clean, our sponsor down there in the Florida area. Guys, they are creating this incredible gadget that keeps your toilet clean. It has been stealing Kevin's son's allowance for months now because he used to clean the toilets, and now he doesn't have to anymore because Crazy Clean is in the tank and keeping the dirt off the bottom of the toilet. You can find them at crazyclean.com. That's crazy with a K and clean with a K. Thank you to all of our sponsors. They are what helps make the show possible. All right, let's see if I can make this happen and what it actually looks like.
Crazy.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now I don't have to mess with the cameras. So let's go around the table, introduce ourselves, like kindergartners, and let everybody know who you are.
Hi, I'm James.
And what you do, and maybe something interesting about yourself. You want to start?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, kindergarten. Hi.
It's
better than AA, right?
No. Oh, yeah.
Hi, my name's Stephanie.
That could be the interesting part.
Okay.
No, I always think of this as the that kindergarten cop movie. Where he sits all the kids down. He's like, "Who's your daddy and what does he do?" so it's just like, tell me who you are and what you do.
Yeah. Okay. Stephanie.
We don't want to
Hale.
go into the girls have whatever and boys have whatever.
It's not your turn.
That's the other part of that.
not your turn,
show.
JR.
Well, and
sorry.
Oh my God, you're stepping on our stuff.
It's not your turn.
it's a different era. We'll get into that in a second.
Really?
Okay. So, hi. Stephanie Hale with Serendipity Team Traditions Mortgage Group. I own a mortgage company in the Woodlands.
Awesome. Yeah.
My turn?
Now
Okay.
it's your turn. Now it's your turn.
We're going in order.
James or JR Ramirez. I own a Mayor Spec Home Inspections, so we do inspections throughout Houston area and really Harrison surrounding area counties.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm Brian Richardson, the Richardson Group Realtors.
Realtors.
Yeah, and we do Montgomery County, Harrison, most of the surrounding area in this neck of the woods.
Okay.
And an interesting fact is that I grew roses competitively.
Really?
Yeah, back in like 01 to 06.
Okay.
Oh, no, 05, excuse me.
Were you like making your own fertilizer? Like how deep did we go down the rabbit hole?
No, we would just use fish emulsion.
Fish.
Yeah. So,
Oh, nice.
I don't even know
I
why
need
I know
like
that.
fish for a reason.
But like, no, all the people with the best roses, if you walk up on them, they smell like fish.
Really?
No.
That's correct.
Yeah.
They were as big as your hand, so
I could have done without knowing that. That's weird.
All right. So since I gave you guys the option of what not to talk about before the show, I'm going to talk about something I want to talk about, which is just a crazy news story that I think has nothing to do with home ownership. You guys all know who Candace Owens is?
Yes.
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 Do you guys are you guys aware of the Bridget Macron scandal thing that she's see he didn't want to be on the show and now he's back there chuckling.
He probably knows way more than I
I'm
do.
the one that knows what you're talking about.
Are you guys aware, like, do you know who Bridget Macron is? So she's married to the Prime Minister of France. Right?
Keep going.
All right. So Candace Owens has asserted and staked her entire reputation that she believes that Bridget is a man.
That's like Obama.
Keep having
Yeah, the
It's
Obama.
not Michelle Obama.
That's how I
Right?
went
Yeah.
from there.
Very
It's like,
similar.
wow, now I'm going to hell. So keep going.
No, it's. I mean, like that's a thing that's out there. Oh yeah, hand on the Bible. So she had been hammering on this story, and kind of the scandalous part about it is like she's a much older woman than her husband. I mean, I think by like 15 years, something in that neighborhood. Don't quote me on that, but like significantly older woman than her husband. And so Candace goes quiet on this story for a couple months and then comes out this last week and says, hey, you guys probably noticed I haven't been talking about this story for a while. And it's because President Trump called me and asked me to stop talking about it. And the reason he asked me to stop talking about it is because it was one of the demands from the Prime Minister of France so that we could finish negotiations on the Ukraine. He was really mad about it and just was like, hey, tell her to shut up. So now there's all this speculation that like she got pranked. Like it wasn't really him because it doesn't sound like something that he would do. Like to me, it doesn't sound like that's something he would even care about.
Trump impersonators, very common these days.
But like you have AI that can like legit impersonate somebody,
100%.
you know, and from what I've read is there are these apps that you can use that make it look like somebody's calling from a number that's not that number.
That's true.
And so, you know, if you
Just saying, I know that.
she just knows
I
stuff,
know that's
right?
a thing.
Yeah, which to tie it back into home buying, like people get pranked out of their money all the
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, that was a big deal during COVID where
Yeah.
people were selling like fake leases and all that kind of stuff.
Still,
I mean, there's
still
all kinds of scams out there.
today.
happens.
Keep going.
Still happening. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So anyway, that was like one of the big stories that happened this last week, and I was just flabbergasted. I mean, because if it's true, like, what a weird thing to ask for. Like, why would you ask it as part of like a negotiation to start a ceasefire on a war? Hey, stop talking trash about my wife.
Do we get to put on our tinfoil hats now?
100%.
Okay, I forgot mine.
No, I mean, honestly, though, the things that go on in a celebrity's life, like that's far from like if you're don't be a Will Smith and go slap somebody because they say something about your wife.
Sure.
I mean, especially a comedian. I mean, you've kind of opened yourself up that just for being in there. Like a lot of people are afraid to be on stuff like this because if you become popular, you never know how you're going to be attacked.
Yeah, 100%.
And,
Yeah.
and where it comes from and who, because some people you think obviously that would never happen from them. They're my people.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're being attacked by those people, and you're like, okay, well maybe they're not.
Well, I mean, like, and you guys would be surprised, like the dumb stuff that we get, like from this show. I mean, like this is a very benign show, honestly. I mean, like there's not a whole lot controversial happening on this program.
Says the guy
gonna
who
get
starts
worse,
it up
but
like,
keep
hey,
going.
we're talking about houses, but before we start,
Well, no,
let's
here,
talk about the most controversial thing going on.
I'll tell you. I'll give you an example. And this one has probably gotten close to 500,000 views. Yeah. Not right now.
Oh man, come on.
No, I'm the clip. The clip
Don't.
was turn it off. Turn it off.
It's not me. It's not me.
No, this was just a clip from an episode where we were talking about termite pre-treats on houses. And it was because I was working with a builder that's here in Houston. And did you see this?
No, so my wife shared something with me, or somebody shared something with me that was like, people think that there's still pre-treats going on, but it's not a requirement.
Yes.
And that was you?
It was me. That was me. That was me.
So it's a small
And-
world after all.
Yeah, no
Disney was
joke.
right.
And thank you for confirming, by the way.
Oh, validation.
But like I put that out there, and it was because I'd always been operating under the assumption that it was required.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing it so long. It's like, and it was like never an part of my industry I wanted to get into. So I'm talking to a builder that I work for. We're doing a bunch of other stuff for him, and I was like, hey, what are you guys doing for pre-treats? And he's like, oh, we don't do anything. And I'm like, why? And he goes, because we don't have to here where they were building. And like you would have thought I was Judas Iscariot, man. Like guys coming out of the woodwork is like, I've been building houses in DFW for 25 years. You gotta do a pre-treat in Texas every single time. I'm like, yeah, dude, in DFW, you 100% do because that's that county.
Yeah.
And like they're and then I'm literally watching guys send in copies from ChatGPT where they've looked it up because they're questioning whether or not they're right, and they're asking ChatGPT, are pre-treats required in Texas? And it's like the answer I can send the prompt in and get the exact same thing. And it's like, dude, you didn't go read the law. You just looked at AI and didn't actually research.
That's not the law.
Welcome to my life
The names
every
have been
day.
changed to protect the innocent.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it's dumb stuff like that where they will just excoriate you and like they don't even know what they're talking about.
I get that a lot in my industry.
Okay.
Not specifically about that, but just in general, people will ask me, well, what does the code say? And I'm like, one, I'm not a code inspector.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you have to know about code is that code applies only at the level that particular jurisdiction says it has to. And what I mean by that is like they may still be working on 2010 code, and
Right.
you're asking me, and I learn current standards, which means that I can call something out, and the builder. This literally happened to me recently in not too far from here. Won't call out names.
Sure.
But we
Again,
called
the
out
names have been changed.
exactly. We said, hey, there's a water heater is tankless, but it was at a level in the garage where it was like you could run into this with a car. And we said you should probably put something to help guard it,
A blockade of some sort. Yeah.
I mean, it was very standard, and so they went to the builder. The buyer went to the builder and asked for it, and they were like, yeah, it's not. We're tired here. We're not doing it. It's just like, really? Like it seems like. You'd want to protect the people that are buying
Bold
your
choice.
Yeah, exactly. Real bold choice. Like something goes wrong and we mentioned it, they may come back to you and say, yeah, you said you weren't going to do it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So
No, I mean, it makes perfect
So,
sense.
but I do make that very clear when I talk to people about it, home inspection. I'm like, there's nothing that I call out that if the seller, especially not a builder, has to fix, even if it is current code, because it's not a requirement to bring a house up to code. And then two, if it's a builder and it's not in that jurisdiction yet,
right.
they're not going to do it. It just doesn't happen. So we're not a code inspector. We understand code, and we will usually inspect based on current code, but it may not be even a requirement in the area we're doing it. And but we also try to go above that standard. We look at safety standards. Like, hey, even if it's not a requirement. Like,
What did you say?
Door stoppers.
Door
It's
stoppers.
my favorite when it shows up on an inspection. Door stopper.
Son of a.
Yeah, you never know what's
Bad house.
Oh, no, you can't buy that. You could die.
Let's get out of here right now.
It's like haunted.
JR doesn't do that, but there are inspectors
there are
that
inspectors
will fill
that do it.
pages.
Yep.
Oh, that's fine.
But I mean, I don't
Like
want
they're
to say,
checking every door jam. Like, oh, that nope,
Yep,
no,
nope.
no, no,
Literally.
No. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's annoying.
Imagine having the buyer who wants them to replace them
Yeah.
for $1.99 a piece.
None of your clients
Sure.
would do that.
No, they would. So
I'm not using one of yours as an example.
that you know of.
yeah, that's again, names have changed. Ooh, they are not innocent. So we will. Yeah,
There's that.
that's funny.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we can do some tinfoil stuff on some real estate. I mean, like, so one of the I mean, just doing some prep work for the show. In 2024, Houston led the nation in the most building permits issued. Like,
That's true.
you know,
100%.
across the nation.
Yep. It's
And so, one of the things, like specifically here in Conroe, is like they have put a moratorium for like what 120 days.
and if you look at the satellite maps on our area, the dirt that's been scraped
Right.
for subdivisions is staggering. That's
It-
why
it's
we've got a
huge.
soggy market right now. It's like a very mushy.
Mm-hmm.
And the houses are still selling, but it picked up there was an election this last November, and then there was a guy got sworn in.
Who was running in that?
I won't mention anybody. It starts with a T and ends with a run.
We don't really know who was running exactly.
So
Yeah, who is running?
it picked up 2 weeks after he got inaugurated. So, and then that was a pickup. It was a flush, and we're starting to back into it a little bit. But digging into that, the builders are 3 years behind.
Yeah.
So they're building for 21, which is there was no inventory. You know, how do you deal with 12 offers in a day?
Right.
So, and that's one of the contributing factors of North Houston, Conroe being the second most non-good place right now because they're building for just crap.
Non-good.
They're selling a house right now. Not,
Yeah.
not
But,
good's real.
but like there's places, I mean, like I assume that moratorium only applies to city proper. And so there's areas outside of that where they can still build.
Oh, they are.
You know.
Yeah, but they're still having trouble getting things in. So that is City of Conroe. However, there's still areas that are outside. If you go out past Magnolia, kind of in those areas where they can't get power to
Right.
some of the communities now. So you've got people under contract, these new communities that have been started up, and they're now 60, 90 days out from even getting
Infrastructure.
access to power. So they're all paused.
That's crazy. Well, okay, so, and then on the flip side of that, Mayor of Houston just introduced a building permit expediting program, where they're promising now to expedite all residential builds in 30 days.
So has anybody ever applied for a City of Houston permit?
Well, that's the thing. Is like it just started in.
One time, okay? I did it one time.
I'm still waiting. That was 50 years ago.
Yeah, so I looked it up and I was like, okay, so what's the data on this right now? And they're like, there's no data because it just started in July.
Yeah.
So
Previously, they were waiting 6 months to put a window in.
yes, yeah, it's nuts.
I'm not
But
kidding.
you got a window.
Wow.
I mean, be thankful.
Well, and they said that they still had outstanding permits from like a year ago.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, so like you're
Yeah,
going to
let's-
process the
let's
new ones
clean
in
it
30
up.
days,
Yeah.
or like what's going to like?
It's not a good way to do business.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's going to have negative impact. It sounds great to the people that want the hurry. However,
haven't put
comma,
anything in.
because it's with any bureaucracy, I'm with the government and I'm here to help. Sorry, I said that out loud. Is it's going to happen so fast they're not going to see it, and it's just be like, you know,
Rubber stamps.
stamp it.
Yeah,
bam,
yeah.
Gone. Get it.
Well, I mean, is that why they're doing it though? I mean, like, do they have so much backlog that they're just trying to like move the
Voters.
voter? Do we have like an election for mayor coming up? Like, what's?
You never don't.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
So, but the idea is like, dude, that's all they want. It's butts and seats. Get the vote. Did they? Well, we did this expeditious thing, and that's great. The medication's great, but then you got explosive diarrhea, your limbs fly off, and blood shoots out your eyes.
Yeah.
We don't
part
want
of
that
it,
medication.
is also traction because they have a history of deterring the development
Mm-hmm.
because the process is so bad. I mean, you have people here, pool builders, that are like, nope, you're in City of Houston. I'm not even going to do it because it's not worth what it takes. It's just not a good process. And so sometimes by saying things like that, and we're going to put this into process, they haven't done it, so they can't prove it.
Right.
But what will they attract, and what are they going to bring by offering it?
Well, they're probably definitely going to get more applicants.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is money, right? Because
yeah.
you pay for that permit and you pay for the land.
Well, I'm just curious if it is it because I'm looking at it going like, are you talking about like new neighborhoods? Or are you talking about like demoing something in the Heights and then building something new? Like, what are we talking about here? What are we trying to stimulate? I don't even know. Like, because we're like, are we trying to like, I don't know, refurbish old neighborhoods? I mean, because there's not a lot of places to build down there anymore.
Use of the word refurbish with the older neighborhoods, and you've seen this, is McMansions.
Right.
They'll take the old 3-2 regular houses on a regular lot, and
3-story it up.
oh man, that's sold one for like $850. It was a little 3-2. It was a nice little 1,700 square foot home.
Right.
$850. And then bam,
Knocked it out.
It was huge.
I mean, that
Almost
turned into like a
zero lot
$3 million investment, right?
Yes,
Which
sir.
is what happens when they tax that. Oh wait, more money.
Yeah, that's why we want to expedite because
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, is that the reason? Are we trying to bring in more tax revenue? I mean, because there's not. It's right.
I can't speak for them,
Right.
Because I do not know. However, that will be the result.
Well, because like it seems. I mean, because is everybody here in Montgomery County? Yes.
Sure.
No. Where are you? Are you Harris?
Oh, yeah, he's Spring.
But he's not City of Houston, so
He's
yeah, but you still got hit with the.
Harris County. Ew. He's not real happy right now. Calm down.
Well,
Angry chair.
but that was the one that they did the loophole on the tax increase. Did you get swept up in that?
So there's a little bit different story for me, and it's not going to be helpful for anybody because I'm just not in that realm. I'm a vet.
I'm old.
Right.
Yeah, and so I don't really track that stuff because it doesn't.
That doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So however that, I don't want to put in some input that like I know anything about it. I don't
Sure.
know.
Well, I mean,
unfortunately, because I should
You got neighbors.
maybe care more. But I mean, the truth of the matter is, most of the time, the people that are affected are usually the people in Houston proper. Harris is not as affected, but Harris County still gets kind of beat up on a lot of the little crap.
well, the only reason I know anything about it, my main office is down there
In spring? Yeah.
And it was like something like you can't increase the property taxes more than 15 to 18% unless it's been declared an emergency or a catastrophe of some sort, and they used COVID as
An example.
an end around to go, oh, we need to go up.
Never let a crisis go to waste.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, but
I feel like my tinfoil's getting a little bit.
Just yours getting a little snug.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, I didn't know we were going to go this deep into some of this stuff. Okay.
How deep's the rabbit hole go there? Alex?
yeah, well, no, I mean,
sound
like
like
it
inspections.
hurt a lot of people. I mean, like,
Yeah.
Still.
you know, I mean, I mean, there's a lot of people that have been living there since the 70s. You know, and like a 15% increase on your property taxes is nuts for a lot of people who are on fixed incomes. And
But that's one of the reasons that a lot of people don't like the refurbing a neighborhood, because you know, and you can
Excuse
go
the
into
numbers.
Bel Air and you can go look at a McMansion in there, and right next to it is a little. Shoot, it's not even a 3-2. You're lucky if it's a 2-1-1. A little bitty thing, and you're like, and people will go in and buy that just for the property for a lot of money, $1 million just for the property, tear that down, and then build $1 million house and have a $3 to $4 million property right there. It's kind of weird, but who was living in there before? Down where I live, there's a
which neighborhood are you in, by the way?
I'm in Spring Creek Oaks.
Spring Creek. Okay.
Okay, so down in that area, right along Kirkendall, there's a really nice area. I shouldn't say really nice. It's a nice area that's been kind of built up, not neighborhood, but right next to a lot of this commercial is a house. It looks like somebody runs a business out of there too, but it's like really, it's not. You can tell that somebody's holding on to it because it's been in the family for a while.
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, we're not selling it. And you'll see people having a family event out there, and you're like, this is really a weird spot to have that. But they're holding on to it because to them, paying, I don't know, $600,000-$700,000 for a house is ludicrous.
Yeah.
And people coming in and offering probably some of the money that they're being offered is probably like, this is more important to me than the money. And they want that.
Well, I mean, like,
Somebody in that family does, at least, not necessarily all.
Not everybody.
just I mean, like Kirkendall 2920, right?
Yeah.
Which is where my office is.
Not far from there.
I've been there since '92.
So you go down one block, well, not one block, but one light from Kirkendall and 2920.
So like
That's exactly
as
what I'm talking about.
as crazy as that intersection is, like with less than a mile away from there is a Century Ranch.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Like,
don't
there's cows
Yeah.
on Rhodes
No, no.
Road.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, yeah.
it's like they're
I
still
mean,
there.
and those are friends of ours that
But
have,
I love that about Houston. That's who, I
It's
mean, not just
crazy.
Houston, but like, that's what I like about Texas. Like, you can be in River Oaks or wherever Houston area that's got a lot of money and people from other parts of the world, because I don't want to say country, because
pasture.
to me, if you're not from Texas, you're not really it's a little bit, yeah, even you, girl. Like, talk a little fast for me, but like,
So rude.
I know, right? Sorry, but
Back on the reins here, cowboy.
but no, my point is, like, that's part of what we are. Like,
oh sure,
when I was a kid growing up, once you got past 610, between 610 and Conroe, it was like one big cow pasture.
it was a wilderness.
The only break that you had was literally the blimp
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
And
back
it's
when we had the Goodyear.
We're halfway there.
Using your Wayback Machine.
Oh yeah,
Doctor
this is
Who.
way back.
Go on now.
But even inside of Houston proper, even in 610 area, you can drive through areas and there's still cow pastures there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not that uncommon.
No.
They're all over the place.
It's a bizarre place to live, man. Like
It's awesome. I love it.
yeah. I mean, as long as you get out of there before 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Otherwise, your travel time just doubled or tripled sometimes.
Let me tell you how often I'm in the office after 2.
Not often. I believe that.
Well, so okay, I kind of want to go around the table and see, like, because I think all of you kind of come at this from a different perspective. Like, where would you guys push people to look at a new home purchase? right now? Like, is there like a neighborhood? Is there an area that you think that's great? And because you guys probably think he's got notes. Well, but you guys all probably come at it from a different perspective, and you have your own reasons. So I'm interested to hear why, because you guys are all in real estate in one form, shape, or another. So I mean, like, do you want me to put you on the spot, or you want me to pick on Brian? Yeah, I want to go ahead. Go ahead.
Sure. I will start with, I don't have an area that I would say is a blanket. Here's for everybody. I think every client that comes, it's what are you looking for?
Right.
Because to be honest, I don't want to be near cows, horses, all the things. Right.
Just on the other side of that wall.
I know. That's what
No, I do like your horses. They seemed nice.
Except for the gate they knocked down.
They did seem a little aggressive, but pretty, so it's fine. Anyways, no, I think the area is definitely
aggressive.
BE aggressive.
Yeah, no,
You spell the word
My
BE.
cheerleading.
So many
Didn't
people
know
say
she was
that
gone down.
BB. It's BE, like the word. Love you. Okay.
That's good.
Anyways.
I like it.
So I will say I don't think area, but I live in Montgomery County. I live about 500 feet outside of Harris County,
Okay.
right past Spring Creek.
It just got out and just like stepped right
Just
over the line.
Right
I got
over
you.
the
Yeah.
line. Yep. My brother's like, we're neighbors. I'm like, not really, because you're on that side of the water. So we're
You're on the
not.
other
We're
side
not
of the
the same.
We are not the
We are
same.
not equals. It's fine. Anyway,
Wow. He's a Navy guy. Be gentle. Be
again,
gentle with us.
we are not equals.
Be gentle with us.
Okay. I try. Okay. Anyways, so I think it does depend on the area. I will say I'm partial to Montgomery County. I think that we have an area that really does provide all the things that I think I would want in a city, right? We have everywhere you want to shop. We have conveniences galore. We have the lake. We have communities. We have good-ish schools.
Good-ish. Ish.
Because it's to each their own, right? I mean, there's some people that the public school system's never going to be enough. You know, we have
Sure.
a great eclectic, we have all the things. So you have your private schools, you have your different school districts.
Agree.
I also feel like being in Montgomery County, I've been here for 20 years. So I'm kind of a Texan, right?
You're like old.
Okay.
I mean, oh no, I'm sorry, you're a Texan. That's what
Okay.
that's what you're
All right,
going
thanks.
for.
You're a Texan.
Yeah,
Thanks,
absolutely.
JR. But I do feel in the time that I've been here, so I've owned my first house I bought when I was 22. So I've never rented. I've always
You're older than
owned.
22?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, that just happened.
He's trying to win you back.
Trying to know. I feel it. His drink's empty.
No, she doesn't. She'll never forgive you.
Fair. Anyways, I do think that Montgomery County is a good area as far as, we've seen different things happen. We've seen ups and downs in the markets. We've seen Exxon coming in. We've seen mortgage crash. We've seen foreclosures. We've seen all of those things. And in that entire 20-year span, we have still always had strong property values. We've had good areas. We haven't seen just everything go bad. So I do, when I talk to people and they say I'm moving, from out of state or wherever, and I'm looking at all of these places, I do tell people, I think you should stay somewhere like here. I think Conroe specifically, I worked in the city of Conroe for a while, and there's a lot of good values. There's a lot of good, if you want that, Brianism down home stuff, you've got it. And if you don't, and you are like the anti-Woodlands, you could just move 2 blocks down, 2 exits.
Yeah.
And you have a different world. So I think that we hold our value very well. I think that we've got a ton of resources. I think it's a great area.
Yeah, I think anybody that's had their house more than 7 years has crazy amounts of equity. I mean, really.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it doesn't seem like values are coming down that much. I mean, prices seem to be coming down on the market, but people's values don't seem to be coming down that much.
If you
So
talk to the
define-
appraisal district, you're
Well,
correct.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
And I will say that's kind of a so what you just said, so the values aren't coming down, but what they're paying is.
Yes.
That's what brings values down. And so
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually, right. And so I think we are in a leveling period. But we also saw a lot happening in 21 where we had, almost every other loan I was doing was, I'm coming from California, I'm coming from Colorado, I'm coming from all these places. I'll pay $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 over.
Right. Because I have the cash.
Because they had the cash, right? And so a lot of those numbers became very inflated. You also had people buying at an unrealistic interest rate. And so what they thought was affordable is hopefully never going to happen again. Like we should never have 2% interest rates. Like if you
your
have
mouth
them,
to God's ears.
fantastic.
Okay.
Right. It's just not. So I think a lot of that misconception or the way the world was at that time is not a forever model,
Right.
clearly. And so that did drive up values, unfortunately, for people who pay taxes on that and things like that. But as those prices...
Thanks for covering us over there in Harris County.
Yeah. As those prices start coming down, it will level out some of the market. And we still have a ton of equity, which is great.
Yeah.
It's just not 2022 money.
No. Well, I was looking up like just like regular real estate statistics and stuff before the show, and I was surprised because I was looking at what's the biggest movers from places to Texas right now. Do you guys know the three? At least, I mean, what I read, what I think that there's two that are obvious, which is California
Left.
and New York. Do you guys know the third one?
Oregon?
No.
Colorado?
I was shocked by the third one.
Blue? I'll stop.
No, it was Florida.
Really?
Yes.
I
I don't-
wildlife can kill you just as fast as ours.
Right?
Which I mean, like might be cause for concern. I mean, like there is the Florida man syndrome. I mean, like we don't need a lot of that energy here. We're close enough to Louisiana that like we.
A lot of throwing under the bus today. The wheels on the bus go.
Hey,
round
whoa.
and
He's not in the mic. He can't hear.
He doesn't count.
It's okay. I'm from Florida.
Oh, no. Are you really?
Oh yeah.
So we got two Texans.
So be
and a
mean
bunch
to
of other
everybody.
people.
Well, so the things with Florida, talking about that is that's not a surprise because you look at their market volatility has been
Yeah,
it's as
that's a
bad as
tough place to
California,
live.
except they're not as, and I'm going to go political, they're not as blue.
Right.
So they're not facing libtardism. The trick here is they're facing, well, our market's so volatile.
Right.
And the houses are so crazy there.
When I saw that, I kind of like did a little bit more of a deep dive. I was like, why is this happening? And they're like, well, because the tax structure seems to be better for people. They can remote work, most of them, and so like and the property values seem to be lower, and it seems to be more of a buyer's market here than it is there right now.
Correct.
So they can pull a lot of their equity out of their expensive houses in Florida. I mean, just kind of like what you were saying, everybody else, Colorado, wherever, and they can bring it here, live a little bit more affordably, and be happy.
I love it. All right. Say something intelligent.
Same thing. I mean, look at Galveston real estate market. If you want to see an area that is in our backyard that is struggling, no, I'm
Yeah,
dead
I
serious.
know.
Because very much like a Florida, you have, I mean, prices went through the roof because there was the Airbnb market during COVID. There was a lot of travel. There was a lot of that. You could acquire properties in 21 for double what they were probably
Right.
worth. And now you've got, I think last time I looked, there's 1,500 houses on the market just on Galveston Island.
I was actually talking to somebody about that today, and I was telling them I think a lot of that has to do with insurance.
Absolutely. Well, a ton of
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Also, but the overinflated prices that these people got into these houses for.
I mean,
as well.
insurance-wise, you're
The whole area.
You're stuck if you buy a property and the insurance company goes, "Yeah, we're not covering it."
Right.
It's like, what do you do then? Well, I mean, how do you fulfill mortgage requirements, which is you have to have insurance?
Three insurances:
Yeah.
hazard, TWIA, and
Oh,
flood.
Lord.
Or just-
so now you're stuck with a property and you're like, please help, and whoever's offering it, you're paying it.
Well, it's a
Bad scenario.
double-edged sword, right? Because like when the insurance companies do that, where they're not going to insure a property, it only leaves the ultra wealthy with the opportunity to buy those because they're the only ones with the cash.
Yeah, they can basically self-insure.
They can buy it, not have to have insurance.
Yeah.
So
cash it.
yeah, it's crazy. So it's just one of the, like, we've been talking about insurance on this program a lot. Most of the California fires was a big part of that. Because everyone was crying wolf, like, oh, like we didn't know. And it's like, no, they've been talking about this for like 3 or 4 years. Like,
Started with the Hawaii.
Yes.
That was where the flares went out first. Then California burst into flames.
yeah.
Now
Well, and a lot of people don't realize the same thing's happening here. It's just with roofs and flood.
Yeah. Well, and from what I saw, a lot of the people that I was representing, I would listen to some of the advice they were getting, and it was like, oh yeah, just buy the house and then hold on to it for a couple of years and then just file a claim. It's like, God, what?
Yeah, that's
And it got
called
to
fraud.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know that it was fraud. It was an acceptable practice. I mean, what's more fraudulent than, hey, you have to have this coverage, and you got to pay what I tell you to.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's not good.
Extortion.
Either.
It's different,
yeah.
but
Yeah, it's different.
Blackmail's
But
alive.
I mean, I had
That's a
one
real thing.
I had one
Okay.
client that was asking me to inspect his roof, and I was asking him why, and he was like, "Oh, I need something for the insurance company." I'm like, "But I don't know what I'm going to give you that will help you." And he said, "Well, I mean, they won't cover me," and I'm like, "Typically, when that's happening, that just means that they're trying to get out of the market. If you don't have a brand new roof, they don't want to cover you. It's too much liability for them." But they weren't telling them, change the roof and we'll cover you. That was what was weird to me. I was like, just make it simple. Get a new roof.
Texas did come out with, boring stuff, a program for like an actual cash value. So basically year one, okay, we'll cover 100%. And then it will stair step down every year after that. So it decreases coverage. So we are the problem. It's always the lender's fault. That's what I've learned.
Thanks.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't think it's Stephanie though. I
why I
think she's
drink.
got it going on.
Someone top her off.
Yep. That's a
Bring
solid.
bring that bottle over here. Golly.
So, but the issue is, so in order to, and it's really beyond the lender's fault. It's a HUD, a VA,
Yeah.
Freddie, Fannie, and they will not insure the loan if you do not insure the fact that that person has full replacement coverage and through and throughout. So it doesn't matter that you have an annual insurance policy. If you have a brand new house, but it is set up under that new Texas policy that does allow them to drop the coverage every year, we have to assume for a 30-year mortgage that at some point, if you continue with the policy that we're underwriting, that you are going to not have coverage.
Yep.
And so then we require a full replacement, which when you require full replacement, they say, nope, after almost 7 years, it becomes almost impossible for them to get full replacement, or you're paying 5, 6, 7,000.
Yeah. Because I've heard people that
But it's our fault.
in the circles I travel, it's like if I've heard buyers state that if they've been told by insurance companies if it's over 10 years they're not going to cover.
It's true. They're not
10.
doing it
Yeah.
right.
And it's not even like a caveat like, well, if you got an inspection and we get we'll look it
Straight
over
up.
and we'll
Yeah.
it's like 10 years boom.
And then the evil lender comes in and says you have to replace it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what people are
honest.
doing these days is they're filling out their seller disclosure, and they're not sure how old the roof is.
Yeah.
Right. So what do? We go and find every other seller disclosure from every sale previously to figure out when the last owner of that property knew how old the roof was.
Yeah.
Because unknown is not an option. And then we bring an inspector out who won't give us a,
Yeah.
So math.
Well,
So there's-
so
yeah.
so an insurance like from an inspector's perspective, I can never tell you how old a roof is. The only person who knows, well, I shouldn't say only. There's two people that know: the buyer, who may not want to tell you or may not remember, and the guy who actually replaced the roof.
it's pretty
Those are
expensive.
the
I
only
think
two
most people would remember.
Well,
Well,
saying.
unless insurance paid for it, and then they don't care.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's part of it. But I mean, just being old. I mean, I thought that something happened. I'm from the 80s.
Okay.
I'm just.
You're
being,
from the
just saying,
80s? That's an
like,
excuse
No,
now.
no, I'm just saying. Like, if you tell me 20 years ago, I'm thinking 1980
Blue
or something.
Mohawk,
Yeah.
Not 2020 something or 2005 or whatever. I'm not thinking that's 20 years ago. I'm thinking 1980 something. So my point is like you lose track of time, especially if you've been in the house 30 years. You're like, I feel like I just replaced that roof. No, that was.
It's 30 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
15 years
So
ago.
no insurance for you.
Yeah. But they don't remember.
I'm thinking
People-
if you don't disclose
don't
it,
remember.
it's not good.
Probably not.
Probably not.
From the real estate perspective, disclosed is disclosed. I mean, it doesn't matter if you had a volcano in the third bedroom. Who cares? Disclose it. We remediated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geologist, National Geographic
Yeah.
came in. It was great. It was special.
But I also think that's one of the reasons that you see, especially in the investment realm, you get a lot of wholesalers that are like, "Yeah, sell it to us, sight unseen, no disclosure." Because now all of a sudden they're not the real owner, so they're selling to the investor, and they're telling them we don't know,
Right.
and that's
Also-
acceptable.
Right. And where it does hurt is you take those homes that are under 300,000 that are cash properties, right? Because you have investors all day long that will buy sight unseen. Well, that other market that is in that under 300,000 are your people who need
need
assistance,
it.
right?
Yeah.
They need affordability. They're trying to get a house that they can move their family into. That's like that entry level
Yeah.
home. They're competing against cash. And even if they weren't competing, they're competing against high interest rates, insurance they can't afford, so it makes it that gap of home ownership is actually getting a little bit worse for those people
Yeah.
because of some of that.
But I will tell you, a lot of
Complete
people,
deniability.
Yeah.
Almost.
but a lot of people get wrapped up in that. oh, those are the poor people that are struggling. And
Under $300 is not poor.
no. My point is that it's not necessarily the single mom or the person that's kind of whatever had made bad decisions trying to get their life on track.
No, the income level now is $100,000.
I know people.
Yeah.
I know, right?
That's literally
isn't
like
that
you are
crazy?
now under the median income.
Yeah.
I think it's $80,100 a year in our area.
I did a inspection that was through a help program, and I was representing a doctor,
Yep.
MD. I mean, she was really new, like she had just finished, I think, her residency or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was not buying, because she was still single. She was not buying a super expensive house, and she needed help. Like she was working her tail off, a lot of hours. And I was like, okay, well, here I am. I'll help you as much as I can. But you go into that and you're thinking I don't know, representing somebody who doesn't have a lot of potential or may not have had a hard life or
Like
something.
the old school.
And she's like,
Yeah.
no, she's just really worked really hard, had a really smart girl, had a lot of opportunity coming her way, but she just wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
Starter home, kids, just getting married, out of college or whatever, in trades. It's hard for them to compete. The guy just walks in and goes, cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
Came over, especially in the real estate world, cash is king. Or Ross. Sorry, that was funny. But it's getting harder and harder. There's greater disparity with that, especially with the new homes.
Don't mind the bartender.
Yeah. Since you're up.
Yeah.
Sensuous
You good over there,
I'm
sweetie?
good.
Well, so I just looked this up. I mean, because you were talking about the 80s, and I was interested to see like what percentage of people's income.
Dude, stage diving with the dead Kennedy. J.R. Ramirez. Man.
What percentage of the income were people paying on their mortgages in the 80s versus today? And it didn't have like an exact figure, but like this is interesting. So like interest rates in the 80s was between 12 and 18%.
Yeah, it was not small. Like a lot of people think it was
huge.
Something
But the median household income was $24,000 a year. That's the median, and the average home price was $85,000. And so the average mortgage payment was between $700 and $900 a month. So versus today, average home price is $400,000 with a 6.5% to 7.5% interest rate. Household median is only $75,000, and so then the mortgage rate is $2,200 to $2,800 average.
Greater disparity.
I mean, it's a massive disparity.
Oh yeah, even with and so when people complain about interest rates, I just
Here it is. Sorry,
go back and
it's
remind them.
the ratio in the 1980s was between 25 and 30% of gross income, versus today it's 35 to 45% of
But there
gross
was
income.
a little bit different scenario during that
Hope
time.
you don't own a
It was-
car.
It was more of a
Top ramen and beans. That's
hey,
what's for dinner.
save,
Mm-hmm.
and then buy. It wasn't you deserve a home because you breathe. No.
Yeah.
And
Well, and
I've been in a lot of houses where I'm like,
I think a lot of
know that
people's
everybody-
pushback on that is they're not making enough to where they can save.
Right. Because interest rates are better. And that's the thing, too, right? You make more money on your money.
And yeah,
Tired.
Shoots you score.
you good,
rock and roll.
Oh no, he's not done yet.
Time's up. Camera.
That was fun.
There's been a lot of study of people that have different lifestyles and different incomes, and the typically the big thing that drives the difference is not their income; it's how they live.
Sure.
If you think you deserve
there are
something, even
choices.
though you may or may not, you're not. You're trying to live
Here
at a
comes
standard.
the
that you
entitlement
I know,
speech.
right? Yeah. So it's and me and my wife, like we held off on a lot of things that a lot of our friends were doing. Like to me, it was never, hey, I should have a summer vacation every summer. It's like, no, we can't afford that crap.
Well, I mean, it is. I was listening to a guy talk about this the other day, and it's like the average person has like 5 or 6 streaming services that they're paying for monthly.
Yeah.
I mean, and they think that they're saving money because each one of them is only like $12 or $15 or $20, and it's less than what they were paying for cable. But like you compound those, and you're paying more than you were ever for cable, which is evil and demonic.
No, to your point, if you've watched there's a reason that all these like services have the same kind of approach.
Sure.
And the approach is, hey, try us free for 4 months. 8 months later, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm paying for
People
what?
are lazy.
I need to get rid of that. And then 2
Then you
years
forget
later,
about it.
you're like, dang it, I never forgot. I forgot. I should cancel it right now. And then
100%.
5 years later, you're like, has it been really 7 years? Oh my God. Yeah. Turn it off. Don't take the deal. The deal, it's just like anything else. If you're not watching it, it's going to bite you.
Isn't it crazy that we have services specifically for finding hidden subscriptions?
Yeah. You pay
You pay
a
to
subscription
find-
fee
it's
to
like-
find out how you're wasting,
Like,
and they're making
Amen.
millions.
Yeah.
By 1,000
And you're giving them all your bank
Yes.
logins.
Yeah. I mean, one of the guys that I've networked with in the past, one of his tagline is, if I don't save you a dime, I don't make a nickel, or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I only get half of
Math.
whatever I
Save you.
ever save you.
Yeah.
But I will find your savings, or I don't get paid. It's like, and people, I think we in general need that. Like you said, there's just so many. I looked at something that I got charged on the other day, and I was like, I know I turned that crap off. I just
and this is the
know
testing
I
part of our
Yeah.
program.
And so now I have to go back and look at it and then go back to them, because
Right.
I'm sure that there's something like, oh, I'm sorry, we forgot, and is what they're going to tell me, and I'm going to go, no, here's the documentation.
Yeah.
You need to pay me back, but they're going to continue to charge me as long as I
Brought the
continue to-
receipts.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
but like that's a part of like financial intelligence, right? And I'm sure you guys, I mean, especially on like the buying, selling end of homes, I mean, like get to experience the lack of financial intelligence and like how unprepared people are when they show up to purchase a home or think that they're ready to buy a home.
That's part of that whenever it's sitting in their kitchen and you're going over it, and it's like, okay, and you go through, okay, look, you need to tell me the truth, and we start getting into how much do you make, how much do you owe, and so if you sell this house right now, you're going to have to bring $5,000. But going back to the 21, I mean, we've had people bring money to the table to sell a house. So it's the same thing. It's like we walked away. Yeah, it's crazy. Dude, no, it's a very abusive relationship we have. But the idea is we walked away from 2 this last week. Just this is, goofy. If you do this, you're going to be plunging yourself
Right.
into, you get top ramen and beans every night.
And then what are you going to buy?
So, well, the idea was like, one of them was like, oh, wow, that's cool. Relationship for life. Then the other one went with, you know what, we're going to get another realtor that'll do it. There's 12 billion that will.
Yeah.
So,
Have fun.
don't make, put fun in dysfunctional.
Also, there was a story that I read, and it sounded crazy. Somebody actually read it back to me, and they're like, can you believe people do that? So Affirm, you hear about FlexPay and Affirm and Afterpay and all of these services that allow you to break down an expense. So the number of people, and I want to say, and I could find it later if somebody wants to fact check me, but it was like 30% increase of people using Affirm to buy groceries. And some people...
Oh, Affirm like the, okay.
like where you pay over time for
Uh-huh.
for an expense. And so why are you laughing?
Really?
No,
like
no.
people are paying overtime for a service.
Yeah,
Like
well,
that.
it's like a credit. So it's like a credit card, but not a credit card, right? Yeah, at checkout, you decide, hey, I'm going to pay this out over
Is
3, 6,
is that
12
part of the
months.
buy now, pay later?
It is.
Okay,
It's all
yeah,
the buy
yeah.
now, pay later thing.
That's
There's
right.
5 or 6 different companies
Yeah.
that are doing it. However, this is where people don't realize because it doesn't pull your credit. It doesn't show up on credit, although sometimes it does.
She used air parentheses. We all saw
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We
But it was-
got video.
we
We
got
can
it.
see
We
there.
captured
Yeah, I did it.
Well deserved. Well deserved. Absolutely.
So point being is that affordability, right, it's hard. So people are doing things like that and they're financing out small purchases over time. Well, when they go to buy a house, what people do not realize is a debt is a debt. If you owe somebody money, whether or not it was a Discover credit card or a mortgage, we see it, right? We're looking at your bank statements. We're looking at your credit. We're seeing what you're paying. And so because you finance 6 pairs of Nikes over time,
Jeez.
I'm not, this is a true story.
No, I believe
1,000%
you. It's
real
just
story.
so
I'm
crazy
so
to
glad
me.
I didn't shoot that out of my nose.
This was...
That would be
funny.
This was
I'd be mad, 'cause that's
a
really
real
good.
client of mine last Christmas was closing and he had bought Christmas gifts. And every time he checked out, he did a pay as you go. Well, so the thing is he might've split it up in 3 payments or 6 payments.
However.
But those are $50 a piece, right? So I'm
Compounded.
adding those to your debt ratio. And so it made a bigger problem for him because now he could not afford what he wanted to. But he didn't see that that was a debt. That was the same thing as taking a loan out. But the sad part too is that people are using that to buy groceries.
Alligator appetite, hummingbird budget.
Yep.
Man.
We have
Sorry.
to be
Yeah.
smart
a
about what we
metaphor. I'll
do.
stop.
Either way, it's nobody's teaching anybody any patience. Nobody's teaching anybody delayed
Financial
gratification.
IQ. That gets back to what you said
Yeah,
originally.
nobody's
100%.
doing the things that they.
But
we
our
really want-
industry is we're teaching that. Like
Yeah.
as we go along, we run into them and say, okay, so time out. You should not spend this much on, you're eating out, 6 times a week,
Right.
as opposed to, why don't you get a ham sandwich,
Sure.
Take something to work.
And so,
Take your lunch.
Or you're spending $250,000 to have a entry level basic house, right? And so if you're thinking so my daughter being a child of a mom who has a mortgage company, when she moved to Austin, she said, well, I don't want to rent, I should buy, right? I'm like, well,
Come here, baby.
You should, right? Let's talk about that. You've learned so much. No, the thing is, you're making.
yourself under the bus, didn't you?
I do. I love that my daughter said that. I love that she understood we don't rent forever. We want to buy.
Right.
We wanna,
Educational opportunity.
right.
This is good.
At the same time, you should maybe graduate college and have an income first.
Yeah, have a job.
But either way, if you think about an entry level home as $250,000, right? $250,000 is entry level. That's a big purchase. And I will tell you, people who come to me, they're like, I'm under contract, I'm buying a house. What do? I want to qualify. Like, you thought more about the $100 pair of shoes you bought than you thought about signing a contract to buy a $250,000 house, because people just think, well, I saw
Everybody
a
sees
YouTube
that.
video
I like
and you
it.
can just get a mortgage.
Yeah, because
Because we're not teaching people like how you actually set yourself up for being able to purchase, being able to set yourself up financially. What happens when you have to buy 3 water hoses? That's $300 you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Like, it's expensive to own a house, and it's something that is a 30-year commitment. So when we're underwriting it, we're looking at it like that. You want our money.
Yeah.
You have no reason sometimes to get it, and you're paying it back over 30 years. Show me why.
I do believe, like, to that same point, like, I see houses on the back end where nobody's taking care of it, no maintenance, it's being sold at wholesale price, and I'm like, okay, well, what happened in the front end? Like, did they realize there's maintenance involved in a house? Like, changing out a filter costs money, flushing a water heater costs money.
I learned that.
Good job. Like, was cutting the grass, having the equipment to cut the grass, like having tools. I had one friend, and this is a really ridiculous story. I have a really good friend.
Tell it.
Who was he graduated from the same school as I did.
those
So he's
Aggies.
supposed to.
Ew.
No, I'm not an Aggie.
Oh,
no, he's not.
Naval Academy.
Oh,
So this
one
guy
step down.
was one step up, I believe.
that was
But
fun.
anyway,
No, I'm coming across
nationwide
the hurdle.
awesome.
Just
Anyway.
gonna put this on the table right here.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So
Is that an Aggie ring?
It is.
this guy,
Are they always?
We're gonna get along fine.
That's
aren't
fine.
they always?
I get along with everybody. I don't know what you're talking about.
And he went to, where are you from again? Florida?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Found the center of the universe, right? So anyway, I go over to visit him one day, and I'm walking into his house, and the alarm on his car is going off, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, like, what's going on? Are you okay? He's like, yeah, my alarm won't shut off. And I'm like, well, do something.
We're just gonna
He's
live
like,
with it.
Yeah. He's
the
like,
same look
I don't know what.
That's true. It's
saw
very
that.
similar look.
Yeah. Now this is a 26-ish year old man, 27, almost we were
Boy.
even older.
They don't get better.
I was almost 30, so he was 28. He was a couple years younger than me, and he's like just flabbergasted and trying to figure out, like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, you could disconnect the battery on the car. And he's like, that's a good idea. And then, but the point of the story is, I said, if you give me your tools, I can do that for you.
Yeah.
This is a grown man.
He said grown ass man.
I didn't say that. I said grown ass.
Okay, well, I was
man.
trying to not say it too.
I said this is a
We all
grown
knew what you
man
meant.
who owns a house, has a mortgage, and doesn't even have tools.
Sure.
My son told me the similar thing when he was a kid. I asked him, "What are you gonna do?" Because I was trying to explain to him maintenance and how to keep up with stuff.
Yeah.
And this was in the car scenario. I said, well, what are you going to do when your car breaks? I'm just going to hire somebody, Dad. And I was like, really? Fast forward 5 years, he's in college and he doesn't have any money, but his car needs maintenance. And I go, yeah, go ahead. I told one of my friends, yeah, go ahead and fix it. It was going to be $3,000. He's like,
Yeah.
He couldn't breathe. And I'm like, dude, or the thing I tried to teach you 5 years ago, we can go through those steps.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
I'm like, really?
Getting into those 3 like garden hose, that's $300.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to Fleming's.
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes more sense, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
cool. Yeah.
For sure. They had a special.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Date night.
It's the happiness for the day. Yeah. I don't have to face my problems
Instant
today.
My
gratification.
blenders on.
Worry about 'em
Go
tomorrow.
through life.
Well, like I kind of think of first-time home buyers is like the daughter that starts dating the guy that thinks he's going to make it as a musician.
Oh, Lord.
You know,
Nobody wants a daughter.
she doesn't understand the kind of maintenance program
Sounds
that she's
personal.
buying
Wait a minute,
right
let me
now.
see.
Is
in the man that she's married.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Exactly.
experience here.
you know, and because I can remember when I was a young homeowner, there was there was a time where my wife and we almost lost our house because I was financially stupid and just irresponsible. There was a month I remember where we went through 15 grand like that.
Oh, Lordy.
And as a young married couple, that rocked our world, man.
For anybody, that's a lot of money. I don't want to underscore that. That's a
And we
15K,
we didn't even really know like
What
looking
happened?
back. Yeah, it was like the bus
did it go?
came so fast. It just hit us, and we didn't know what to do. We didn't even know where the money was coming from. We were just like, well, we got to do it, and some things you just kind of figure out. But at the same time, like there was nothing in our minds as we were buying the house because we were in love with the house, and so we couldn't see.
You need to behave right now.
Now, I've actually gone through that scenario when the first time me and my wife bought. We were young military in Norfolk area, Norfolk, Virginia, and she really wanted this house, and I was like, we can't. And she's like, why? I said, sweetheart, there's literally nothing about this house that we're going to make better. We've got 2 kids, 1 on the way. We've got a dog. This guy is like he's married, but it's only him and his wife.
Right.
He's a fix-it-all guy. He's got all kinds of time, and it looks immaculate, and it looks awesome. But what are we adding to it? We're literally going to add 0, and we're going to lose our butt if we take this out.
It's a house fire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's okay. And she was like, she was not happy with me, but she listened, and
It worked out.
yeah, we got
Today.
we went and found the house that was a 2-story. The people who lived in it had already moved out, and I was like, yeah, they're hungry. They want to get rid of this mortgage. They've paid it a couple months. Let's offer them this, and even the realtor was like, no, that's not going to ever work here. And I was like, I don't care. Let's offer it.
Send it. Full send.
Yep, full send.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Go.
Well, I mean, circling back to my original question, which we got, so like, where would you encourage people to look if they're looking for like their first home purchase right now? Is there an area? Is there where would you like to encourage people to go? I mean, or do you want to like cheat like she did?
I didn't cheat.
I'm just kidding.
Fun watching her eyes get big. Do it again.
I really am.
I really like you. You're like one of the first people to ever push back on me. I love it.
Back to what we were talking about. I want you to look where you can afford. Don't and if you're really have a smart or an IQ for finance, the good thing, really what you should be looking for is something that is not even within, well within. I had financiers coming to me going, you can afford this, and I'm like, just so you know, the reason I can afford it is because I haven't made dumb decisions by taking people who want to sell something to me word that I can afford it. I don't care that you think I can afford it. I'm telling you what I want to pay and what I feel comfortable with paying every month. So look for something that you can pay for every month comfortably, because there is an aspect of that house that you until you get in there. I really like new houses, and the reason I do has more to do with the code. And most of the time, if I look at a house that's 20 years old, I'm looking at a house and I'm bringing up all these deficiencies, and they're deficiencies because the building standard has changed.
Sure.
Because I don't like using code. I like using standard. So the building standards came. So I'm giving you all these things that really aren't necessarily bad. They're
Bet
you
they're
need the
better now.
maintenance. They're better now, and so now I'm not calling out as much stuff. And if you're smart on it and you buy that house well within your range, and you're still growing, like not necessarily family, like having more kids, but growing like. I'm getting ready to have get a promotion, and my wife's getting ready to get a promotion. All these different things are going on. The next time you buy, you don't have to sell that house. You can do this crazy thing called renting and have a secondary income and go buy, once again, another affordable house, something that is well within your, not taking, oh, look, we make, because I've made these mistakes too. And now I'm making another $1,000 before tax, by the way. And so let's go spend $1,000 more a month when we weren't able to make it on what we were making before.
You're not
before that.
laughing good.
I'm doing terrible math
What,
at
like,
the time.
do you think that's because people convince themselves that like, no, I'll do the ham sandwich?
Yes.
You know?
No,
1,000%.
absolutely.
Yeah.
People will give up everything when it's
No, they're
because
going Fleming's.
they think about like you're exercising for 30 days. You're like, I can give it all up. I can do it for 30 days.
Yeah.
But can you do it for 30 years? Right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
can you stick to that? And you also don't think about when we talk about like what you can afford from a mortgage perspective, you're looking at 45 to 57% of their pre-tax money.
Yeah.
So you're already giving away 20 to 33% of that to Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
If you're getting a mortgage, the other people are paying cash. But then you have to live, right? You have to pay groceries. You have to pay utility. You can't.
And you
you're at
wanna do
100%
those-
of your pre-tax money in that house.
And you haven't even gone into what you really like to do.
right?
Yeah.
He's using
No
your
shoes for
parentheses.
you.
Am I next?
No shoes for you.
Oh man,
We're air quoting, baby.
it's catching.
It's better than finger guns.
Yeah,
Is it though?
yeah, she's not wrong.
But there's a lot to buying a house that, and what just destroys me is that so many young people are looking for advice from a friend. So please.
Who's bought one house?
No, barely bought it. They bought it last month.
They watched a TikTok video.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
They
that means
looked
they're
at social
overqualified.
media. They haven't gone to their parents and gone.
No, if they're watching our TikTok channel, they're fine.
No.
Oh,
I was just-
1,000%.
Absolutely.
Right. Check the credentials.
Yeah.
Because and like from my in my world where I was dealing with what was coming down from my family, we didn't have all that other stuff to look at. I would call Dad.
Right.
Dad, I think I screwed up. What the heck does this mean? Like, how's this work? What do I need to do? There was no TikTok.
Right.
And I definitely didn't go call, like, why would I call my buddy? He's an idiot
dad
like me.
channel.
I'm not stupid. Yeah. There needs to be a dad
I
channel.
watched that guy pee on an electric fence.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy's super smart. I think, anyway, I don't want to go down that path. But there's
He's
so
got a
much-
guy in his mind right now.
No, I literally thought of my best friend, one of my best friends growing up. Not that he peed on.
We're off.
But not that we peed on an electric fence, but he talked me into freaking going and playing BB gun wars with like T-shirts on. It's like, that hurt really bad. This is a really bad idea, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah, don't take advice from your friends.
No, don't take advice from your friends.
Now
Talk
that
to
we
your
have it.
dad or your mom
Ooh,
and
watch this. This will be
or
fun.
your realtor.
Yeah, Stephanie's going to do this because I told her this was a great idea. She's going to do it. She's going to do it.
Yeah,
Exact same thing.
exactly.
But Stephanie's not
Exactly.
going, well, don't
Just like that.
behind me.
Just
You
like
know?
that.
But we see that a lot in our society now. Like, nobody's seeking wisdom. They're looking at their friend who has absolutely no wisdom, and they're taking their word, and then 20 years, not even 20 years later, 2 years later, they're going, oh my God, everything's going wrong.
Yeah.
What happened? It's like, did you talk to your dad? Did you, like, and if your dad's an idiot, because, I mean, I can be an idiot.
fair.
I'm not trying to, there's some people who go through that. But
Yeah.
did you seek somebody who's in a position that you would like to see yourself in 20 years?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then what are you doing? Well, I don't like talking to old people. Well, maybe you need to learn how to. Or live like you do and lose everything. I don't
Yeah.
care. It's up to you. I don't say I don't care. I do care. That's why I'm telling you not to do it.
That makes perfect sense. Oh, great.
All right, Brian.
Okay.
It's you now.
Dun, dun.
Yeah. Like where are you?
Where are my
very-
listings right now?
Oh, God. Yeah, no, that's funny. I was going to go across
He's got
the-
numbers right now. He's
I
like
mean, that's a fair
4,
research
5,
right
6,
there.
7 Holly Lane.
Check my list.
I mean, I would if I.
I've prepared
How
some
can we
notes.
send these to the people on the line?
So the thing about buying a house in the areas, there's 5 areas that are depressed or squishy.
What do you mean by squishy?
Squishy. Their builders have overbuilt. There's been no improvements in the backyard, and you can tell people who haven't done improvement. And this is a multifaceted thing about selling a house. You redo the kitchen, redo the master,
Pull it up just a little bit.
but do them one at a time.
There you go.
Do it a little bit. It's like sprinkles. It's like cupcakes.
Yeah.
You do a little bit. You spend on the home. That'll the resale market. But we've been overbuilt, and I'm gonna trash builders right now.
Bring it.
There are some that are like literally they're wonderful. They build a good quality product. They rock the Casbah. But there's others. They're all about doink, make the money now. They're gone. That house is going to destroy in 5 years. Doesn't matter what the weather patterns. We're Southeast Texas. Everything here is trying to kill you in the weather.
Yeah.
So same thing. So Fulshire, Pearland, Conroe. And Conroe's the one that's been mostly attacked with looking at the satellite imagery, how much dirt's been scraped. And that gets it back to, well, do we have the infrastructure? I mean, just look at the San Jacinto River Authority. Do we have the water?
Right.
That
was the big issue that they cited when they shut everything down.
But that's true.
Still-
That happened already in Austin with like Travis. Yeah.
That's still happening right now. That's been a fight since, Harvey, 2017, about like, oh no, they let the water go. Well, okay, that or break the dam. And then all this isn't flood zone. This is a tsunami.
Another lake.
And all of these factors play into, so it's all about getting into what JR and Steph were talking about earlier, is if you're in a hurry and you're going to buy a house right now, you're going to regret that. You have to take your time to ask the questions. And people every day, friends and family program. Well, my brother's a realtor. How many did they sell last year? 4. 4. So, and they're cutting me a deal.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I had a Brian that I've worked with before.
It's the Bryans.
And I literally told a friend, if you have a friend who does real estate, you need to make friends with this guy instead, because this guy's going to take care of you. If you have a brother-in-law, get the Brian guy, get this guy that I worked with before. And
You can't show him money because he'll take it.
so, but no, it's uber important, because you do not want to deal with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing.
And then that builds into all the factors on buying, like entry level, new home. I'm going to use one scenario: is kids out of college get married. They really don't know anything. So what are they going to do? Well, we're going to go buy in the Woodlands. Are you now?
Yeah.
Okay, because that has all of Mitchell's ideas of what a neighborhood should be. Those trees are huge.
And they ain't coming down.
No.
And they are in your foundation.
Yeah, even within
The defense rests, Madam
feet
Prosecutor.
of your foundation.
But the idea
Those
is
cracks.
instead of the clean suite, the Cali Dunn, Texas, new stuff that they've got now, what can you afford? Is it close to the amenities? Is it close to an HEB? Can the schools, and that's why she went ish with the schools earlier.
Yeah.
Recognize
Conroe
the
is a
exemplar.
big school district.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I know you were probably going to allude to this, but I will.
I'm now.
Like that has been a huge part of like holding value. If you think you're going to save a little bit of coin buying a house in a worse, not even a worse neighborhood, just a bad school district or a bad school area.
Yeah, the cost of a bad kid is
Ooh, no,
way
you're gonna-
worse than a bad investment.
Yeah. Well, and you're not going to get
I don't know the numbers on that, but I'm good.
Well, there's one.
the value
Let's
of the
just say
house
the
is not
numbers
going
are
to stay
one.
up. The value of the house just
Right.
isn't going to hold. Sorry.
Right. So the idea is take your time and go and do your research. If you get in a hurry, you will fall. And you're going to end up buying from one of the builders that is craptacular.
Yeah.
And they're going to explode off the map. They're not going to have, and this goes back into master plan communities versus what they're doing now. We're going to have a pool. Man, I love going to those homeowners associations with the new, and I live in a whatever
Master plan
Controlled
community.
environment.
No, I do not. I live in like model
We're all HOA.
garbage.
Yeah.
I love watching the developer.
No, I actually am in an HOA.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here?
Oh,
Okay.
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
That is
no,
crazy.
okay, he's not wrong. His HOA is crazy. 100%.
You're not wrong about that.
It is. It's not even all over the place. That is short of what you're, dude.
We'll take this one offline because I have
You're
a lot of
very
questions.
excited.
No, ask away because I don't mind. I
Like
don't
the
mind
people
airing
on
their.
the street on the way here, they're also in the HOA?
Yes.
And they have rules?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Because I
Okay,
don't see
not
any
not
rules.
have all
not
of
not the mobile home that you drove past.
Pink gazebo.
That she is outside of bounds.
Okay,
No,
I was like,
is
where
it?
does,
Yeah.
the, where does
Really?
the HOA start?
Yes.
Okay. I came
Yeah.
from 2854,
But
right?
they,
So
but they have a chunk of water just south of here,
Yes.
so that gets to be exciting as well.
Yes.
So
So, I mean, you guys want to hear crazy HOA stuff in our neighborhood right now?
Yes, we do.
Because
Please.
it's in litigation.
I do
there-
now.
There are lawsuits involved.
juicy.
You're not part of the lawsuits, are you?
No.
Okay.
Nice.
So, I mean, how many of you? I mean, I know you've kind of looked around the neighborhood before. Have you guys like looked around?
We've
seen
Not here. No.
Okay,
I
so-
drove here.
Yeah. First time.
across the street
And
is
there
a
were
90 acre
spacemen.
lake that is private
Okay.
just for this community.
90 acres.
Hence the name North Shore.
Yes.
Because I was wondering
Okay.
Uh-huh.
where
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
shore
what?
was.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
it's
notice it.
Lake Forest Falls is what it's called. So when we moved in, which was 11 years ago, the neighborhood decided that they are, I will give them this, they are fiscally responsible. Very. But this neighborhood's been here since the 50s.
Okay.
So it used to be like oil guys' weekend place because it was here before Lake Conroe was.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so the lake so there's a dam on the north end that's a spillway for the San Jacinto, and on the south end of the lake there's actually a creek that feeds the lake.
No.
So it pours a lot of silt into the lake. So the neighborhood's solution to that, because we don't have a management company, was to buy a dredger.
Ooh. What? We just got exciting. Keep going.
I can take you to where it's parked. I mean, it's
No, we're not. It wouldn't be that
Really?
exciting.
yes.
Thank you.
So
That was their solution.
yes.
Oh wow.
Did they have anybody who knew?
Yes, there's one guy.
It was
There's
working.
that guy.
And he's probably the one
It's
who
you?
recommended they buy it.
It's not me. I think there are now 3 guys that know how to operate it.
Okay.
So, but then what they did was they formed a separate LLC to operate the dredger.
Just in case it gets sued and screws stuff up.
And so that allowed the
I'm smelling
HOA
this.
to then pay the LLC.
Oh, nice. Yes. Money making.
Yes.
Let's do it.
And so then people began to ask questions. How much are we paying the LLC to operate the dredger? Because this doesn't seem to be operating that quickly. And then compound that with we hired an engineering firm, and then we formed a separate LLC in order to investigate building a silt trap to keep the silt from coming back in the lake, so we wouldn't have to operate the dredger as much.
Awesome.
And then
After
so,
the
like-
fact. Nice.
And then so some people
Back-
who have some financial intelligence began to come in and said, hey, we need to audit the budget for the neighborhood, and everyone's like, no, we're not doing that. And it's like, okay, now
That's a red
now
flag.
we
now we're
have
getting
smoke.
some lawyers. Yeah, now we're getting some lawyers involved.
Yep, yep.
Let's do this.
So
thing.
that's currently in motion right now. So,
okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. There's no
Sometimes you
conflict
got
of
to.
interest at all. That's great. I love that.
yeah. So
Good for
all that to say, still a great place to live. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I 100% recommend it. I mean, like it's such like a great small community.
Yeah, it is.
Like, there's, yeah. I mean, like we just got done with like our 4th of July parade and pancake breakfast by the lake. I mean, it's a cool place to live.
Dude.
So,
So do people actually operate any kind of like boats?
oh yeah,
Like-
you can ski
Really?
out there.
Oh,
Yeah. There's
it sounds large, but I know that Lake Conroe is a lot.
oh, that's way
bigger.
bigger. Yeah. But like, there's a swim island out in the middle that has boat docks and a diving board and
In the middle of the
lake.
Oh,
So me and the kids take like we have like little fishing boats and pontoons and stuff that we
I just heard an invitation. Did he say we could come out and do some
we
fishing?
can we can do a lake day. Yeah. Well, so I mean, like,
Nothing like inviting yourself, right?
is everybody in here net members?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
Ish.
Not
oh,
yet.
we're working on
He's
it.
fine.
Okay, that's fine.
He's- yeah.
Well, let me up the ante.
All right.
He doesn't need the bribery. He's fine.
So this is where we have the annual net crawfish boil every year. So everybody comes out here.
Do you get an actual Cajun to come out here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure it wasn't some.
Okay,
freaking
there's one
Florida
behind
guy.
her.
He's from
I didn't say
North
him.
by 10. It's
I
not
know
the
he's
same.
from Florida. He said he's from Florida. Didn't you say he's from Florida?
I am from Florida. I have a lot of family in New Iberia, though.
Oh, okay.
So-
Okay. Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
see, he knows.
Everybody has a little Cajun in him.
I'll plug this if you want to look it up. So they made a movie about my family down there called Sugar Song because they're all sugarcane farmers. So fantastic.
Interesting.
Fantastic.
That's
So,
fascinating.
yeah.
I like that.
Also,
Interesting.
Avery Island. You ever been down there?
Yeah.
Avery Island?
Tabasco
Yeah.
products. Like, duh.
Dude, that's a weird place.
Thank you.
Because
It's
of the people?
cool.
Or
No,
because
no,
of-
no. It's an island in the middle of Louisiana, and there's these gigantic houses around the place where they manufacture Tabasco, and then there's also like these. I don't even know how to call them anything other than like little cracker houses where people live that work at the Tabasco factory.
Like, so when you say
like white people live there.
Oh my gosh.
is this a racist comment? Like,
No, it's like that's what they're
This is
called.
not going to be the best
He's
clip.
just trying to be terminally white.
make
So-
sure you share it with
No, they're
everybody in our
shanties. It's
net.
okay to say shanty.
Shanty?
Shanty.
But like like Florida Cracker House, that's actually like a style. Like it's like a
Oh, okay.
Oh gosh, Ross's eyes got big. Okay, thank you. We're hitting a lot of nerves today.
I don't know what that means.
But then, like the rest of it
That's
is
a
a
blessing.
nature preserve that you can drive through and like see alligators and weird birds and like all. It's just weird.
Do the tourists get out and go, oh, let's go pet the alligator? Like,
100%.
Stay tuned.
oh my gosh, tourists.
Spring meat.
Don't pet the
Don't
fluffy
do it.
cows. Just that safety tip of the day.
Crazy people, man.
But get back to the house buying stuff.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to do research, and it's the first step ain't the realtor, the first step is the lender, and get qualified because if you go out, because some realtors will put you in their car and bam, they go out. What do you think of this? $700,000 house. It's great. It's just what we want. And the builders are the same way. And the builders are like, oh, we'll give you these
Incentives.
60 Incentives is like the worst four-letter word. Okay, Steph is over there shaking her head. Yes, yes. Sim salabim. I'm getting sleepy. They pull you in with all the incentives and stuff like that. That's why I'm trashing builders because a lot of them are unscrupulous. However,
Used cars.
when I say that, that's a broad brushstroke.
Brand new cars.
Man, you ain't kidding, dude. Yeah, and
Well-
then go ahead.
I'm going to interrupt you.
I love it.
So I am somebody, I have had 4 houses in my time, and every single one of them has been in new construction. So I struggle telling people don't buy new construction because I am afraid of the other person, right? Because what you said too, you have the house, you have whatever it had, but then also who owned that house, right? Who maintained that house, and did they do a good job, or what's under? You just have no idea. So I've gone new construction 4 times out of 4, and when I have buyers that come to me and they're saying, "Hey, I'm looking at this property, but the builder has all the voodoo stuff that they're doing."
The voodoo that they do.
Yeah.
I like use of the word voodoo.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so they have all
It's
their
a
tricks and
Louisiana
all
reference.
the things like that.
Bring a live chicken.
I hate to say don't go new construction because at the heart of heart, like if my daughter was buying a house and she was getting an old house, I'd be like, I don't even know how to tell you how to take care of it. I know if it's new, everything's warranted, and I feel better.
That builds into JR.
I know, but hey, I've had inspectors tear apart my new house. I mean, they find things on everything.
No, it's
100%.
the most important. I don't say most important. I hate saying stuff like that, but a very important aspect of buying a new house is understanding, like, the builder is using contractors. It's not even a group of people that typically are like full time with those people. So they're
Right.
using all these contractors, and they're not even. The contractors are not bad people. The builders are typically not even the ones that are supervising them.
No.
So, but they're telling them, oh, we've got these superintendents that are out there every day. And a lot of these guys are brand new college graduates that just like they have the best intent. but
Construction
they're
engineering
not-
degrees, yeah.
Yeah, they may not, or they may or may not have any real experience in that. My point being is, like, if you're buying a new house, the first thing you should do as you're buying it is ask them about inspections. When you're buying a new house, there's a 3-phase process that you should. And I'm not the expert on it. Don't
But
get me
you don't
wrong.
need
as
to
far-
inspect the house
No,
because
no.
our house is already inspected.
And please,
Yeah,
please,
always hire your own. No one's
right.
in your
and
corner.
if you ever have a builder say, "No, I mean, do you really need that? That's just money you're not spending." They're playing on your
Naivety.
And you don't want to
Ignorance.
and your desire not to spend any
She's
more
throwing
money than you
stink
have
face.
to. Spend the money on a good inspector that understands the 3 phases. Because, like I said, I'm not even the 3-phase inspector. So
Right.
I'm just telling you, there's a pre-pour. There's an aspect of that. Like if they put that stupid blocks down, the wood down wrong, your whole freaking foundation is going to be off anyway.
Yeah.
They know how to read the building. The building.
Well, they're
design.
IRC inspectors typically too.
So
yeah.
so they know like, hey, the pipe's supposed to come up 3 inches over to the right. What did you do here? You're supposed to have something that supports your rebar. You're supposed to have your post tension set up so that you're supposed to have no tears in your moisture barrier. The moisture barrier, like I've had people call me and go, I don't even understand. I've got like moisture on my concrete in my living room and I don't know what's it coming from. It's like, yeah, you're kind of on sea level. And at the time when they were asking me, I was like, that's a good question. I have no idea what the heck's going on.
Okay.
But you're living at sea level. You know what happens when it rains? That moisture doesn't just go down through the ground and stay there. It starts coming back up, and when it comes up, it's going through the concrete. And if wherever you have concrete, it's going to come up. So you have to. You're supposed to check all those things out and holding those guys responsible for that. Then before you start putting insulation and sheetrock in there, you're supposed to check like, okay, was the plumbing and the piping or not, the plumbing and the wiring put in right? Were there guards on there on places where it didn't meet the minimum requirement from the distance to the end of the 2x4? All these different things. Like I went into one house and there was a on the drain pipe. I was like looking through there and I was like, hey man, you got stuff like somebody drilled through your drain pipe. I don't know about you, but do you really want fecal matter coming into the side of your house? Because that stuff's going to start coming in there.
Smells like roses.
And the thing is, if you do construction, so on construction loans, they have those, right? You have your pre-pour inspections, you have your frame inspections, you have all of that. Because if you are actually financing the whole construction project, you care about every single piece because what happens when they can't finish the project and now it's your problem, right? Yeah. Most people only see end product and they only see end product inspections.
Is that only on custom builds or is that like if you're buying one that hasn't been started yet?
So it's only if the lender, so if you're building a home, we'll say David Weekly, random name, not using them as an example. They fund all of their build, right? So them, a Weston, a KB, all those builders, they fund the build and the mortgage company comes in at the end.
Right.
Meaning we have there's no inspections requirement on our side at all. If we are funding the construction, meaning we're putting money out every time you're doing a phase of the construction, now we have skin in the game.
Right.
So the lender is now, every draw, you're having an inspection to check all of that stuff. Yeah. Because if there's an issue
that makes sense.
So far back, that's your money on the line, right? Yeah. But most people, 99% of people are buying a home that they are just financing the end product. And they're not doing those inspections. And new construction, less likely because the salespeople talk them out of any inspection.
Exactly.
They say it's brand new. What are you inspecting?
Yeah. And that's why I tell people all the time, I'm like, if your builder is telling you you don't need it, you definitely need it.
Yeah.
And that's so inappropriate. When I first came in, I was told that it's illegal. Now, I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying, like, I was told that they should never say that. That's so, I don't know if it's just inappropriate or if it's really has some legal ramifications. No builder should ever tell somebody, oh, no, you don't need that. Don't worry about it. Because it's just another check for
realtor.
you. Yeah, yeah.
And the idea is like, dude, they hate us.
Yeah.
Because we're going to hold their feet to the fire.
To me, that feels like on the level of like, should I talk to my attorney? Like, no, you're fine.
Just sign here. Just, don't worry.
Take a drink.
Sign another one.
Here's another $10,000. I think they spent $8 on improvements. But
the things you see, it's like, why did they miss that? I'm like, because they don't mean to. It's just they're a bunch of people. They're under as much stress as you on a daily basis.
Yep.
They've got their deadlines.
Stuff falls through the cracks.
It's time for them to get to the next house. And so if you don't have anybody on your side just trying to keep them in check, then you can really be hurting for a while.
Yeah.
On that. And I also tell people, like, if you do buy a new build and you go through those 3 phases, you should also, at the end of a year, if it's only a year that you have
That
your
11-month.
yeah, do an 11-month
Yep.
inspection. And if
Bullseye.
you want to go read like what I look for or what's supposed to be looked for, and you want to do it yourself, that's
Hire
great.
the inspector.
Yeah.
But do something to kind of protect yourself, because if you drop that off at 12:01, month 12, after month 12,
Right.
they can say sorry. You're
SOL,
not covered.
yeah.
But if you drop it off at 11:59 because the inspector already gave it to you 3 hours earlier and you waited until the last minute, you send it the email, you got the mark on it. They can't say, "Oh, I'm not covering any of that." No,
Yeah.
you're still required to cover all that stuff.
So what are like the top 3 things that you see on an 11-month inspection that like?
Nail pops. It's mostly aesthetic stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheetrock.
Which
No,
oh,
well,
good Lord.
nail pops are.
That's house settling.
It
That's
just means
it.
that you missed the
The stud?
2x4.
Yeah.
So yeah, you missed the stud. So the things that you not you the stud, but the with the stud.
Your wife did not make that mistake.
Okay, thank you.
But you, you
now we're
honestly you
embarrassing
never
me.
know what you're
That
going
was
to see. I mean, you see roofs that should have some support in them that are starting to have the kind of the what is it called?
The waves.
The
Wood.
valley, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Waves or whatever. There's different things that you see in every one of them that you just want to help take care of the client.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like almost disheartening because sometimes the client, once again, going back to you just don't know what it takes to own a house.
Right.
So they don't go do any research on normal maintenance. And you go in and you're like, if you leave that filter in for another minute, that could get sucked up into your HVAC and destroy your HVAC. And they're not going to cover it because you didn't replace the filter. So
You didn't read your binder.
Yeah, exactly. So take.
I walked through mine and they're like, every month you need to check
Yeah.
all of these things. And I was just like,
Like I said, if you don't want to read it,
First of the month.
hire
what
an
do you do?
hire an
inspector
inspector. That's
or
what I
talk
did
to
every
your
time.
daddy.
Hire an inspector.
Hopefully your dad knows. Like,
Yeah.
hey, come on, son, let's walk around. Like, this is things you need to know.
So front end of the tip of the spear is usually they call it, well, I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to call a realtor. Well, okay. Let's chat. And then they'll look up the Google reviews, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. So the idea is I'm dragging these two with me. I'm like, okay, the builder did what?
Right.
Or if it's a resale, it's automatically that's Department of Stephanie. And I don't even offer, even if I'm listing a home, I'm like, before they come in to do it, get it inspected so there's no surprises when they get it under contract. Oh no, this is wrong. Like, well, would you want to know that beforehand? And this is the one selling it. But like I said, where would I suggest in the area? It depends.
Sure.
And when you get a house, make improvements. Eat ham sandwiches. That's not necessarily true. Fleming's is delicious. So is Amore, by the way. But the idea is it depends upon where is everything. Are you in a flood zone? Mm-hmm. What improvements are you going to make? Well, if you get production neighborhoods, plant 3 trees in the front yard. First thing I tell everybody.
Really?
If you have trees in your yard, yep. I mean, if you go to my neighborhood, which is a production neighborhood, I have a huge tree in the front yard, and it's enormous because we made it that way.
Right.
And you can see we're the house with the tree, and they look down and they got these little 2 T-posts drilled in.
Hey, I'm still
and they got
rocking
the little
those.
scrappy. They got a hamster.
They're really
oak.
hard to pull out.
So
I tried multiple times. Shut up, Brian. Leave me alone.
I'm not making fun of anybody.
Hey, one of y'all want to drive by, I'll give you my address. Take them out. The tree, I'm sure, stands by itself, but
Oh, okay. That's coming out.
7 years later.
Oh,
Wow.
so okay.
They put those poles in real
I'm not
good.
going to pick on anybody.
Hey, you know where I live.
Pulled some of them out.
We pulled some of them.
Some ain't all.
Man, I thought Louisiana guys had
We took that
more
whole tree out, actually.
Wow. Okay.
But the idea is, what are the amenities? Mm-hmm. And then when you buy the house, the interest rate. When's the best time to buy it? Well, now and 20 years ago.
Sure.
But if you buy a new home, man, you have no idea what it's going to be like in 8 years.
Yeah.
What are the schools going to either matriculate to, or how are they going to deteriorate? When you drive in the neighborhood, what kind of sirens are you hearing at Saturday night? Mm-hmm.
Say, buy in a neighborhood that has 4 to 6 builders building in it.
Oh,
That is
another
true.
thing, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you want that level of, you want a community that
Competition.
is not
And do your
competition, but you
research.
want,
Yeah.
okay, competition, sure.
If you're good.
Don't shoot me down, woman.
Really?
Oh, she's going
'Cause I
to
will.
come across.
Okay.
Thank you. I knew. Oh, dude, that was fun. Thank
now
you.
the finger guns have come out.
Okay. JR.
I have not done that tonight. I'm so happy.
Nice. I like it.
Anyways,
not catching.
I think some of the master plan communities, the beauty, because our area does expand so quickly and having little people in school, when you have the communities that have the starter homes all the way through, you know, so a community that starts at 250, but you could also be $1 million buyer in that same community. The cool thing is, as you grow and as you build your family, you're able to grow in that community. And so you're not worried about buying 2 streets away and switching elementary schools, switching intermediate schools, because we are a very overpopulated,
Yeah.
maybe not right here. But
No,
just kidding.
no,
You know
we
what I mean,
are.
the
I
thing
mean-
is, like, a new elementary
Yes,
school
we
pops
are.
up, and then it
100%.
starts moving your kids around. And so, like, I know, like, I'll have clients that they're saying, you know, now I'm moving because our schools are all being divided. And so if you buy somewhere that you're like, I love this area, I love the schools, and I can grow here, maybe this is my starter home, hey, you'll have a rental in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, you can move down the road and still be able to expand your family and be in, you know, not promoting a master plan community, but
Look at
I
all
do
the
think
dirt.
that helps.
Being scraped.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. This is Montgomery County.
That's why you flood your car. I flooded my whole car in my neighborhood.
Okay.
But
It's the rain.
let me ask you guys this, because one of my clients back in the day was Coles Crossing. Are you guys familiar with that community?
Yeah.
So we were there when Coles Crossing was built, and one of the big sellers, or like the attraction for that neighborhood, is they had a milkman back in the day.
That's something.
You know,
there's something
and
to be
the
said for
milkman
that.
would come around, and if you wanted
Very
to
1950s.
subscribe, he would come in glass bottles, and he would put milk on your front
Really?
porch. Oh yeah.
You don't look old enough to be.
No, it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago.
The 70s.
And it was
keep going.
It was a community builder guy that we went with, and so he did the Coles Crossing, and then from there did Firethorn, which we still take care of today. And I'm wondering, are we moving away from like an amenity based community as like an attraction thing, or like what is it that people are looking like? What is the thing? Because I don't see any communities doing things like that anymore. Where like there's like, except for there's the one that's being built just down Fish Creek where they're talking about having like a little goat farm in the neighborhood where people can come and play with the goats.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Such an amenity.
But like that,
Everybody
Like
wants to
goat
go play
yoga.
with the
I mean, who
goats.
could fight
I,
that?
I thought maybe it was rent a goat and they'll go eat your lawn for a little bit. And you can
They will.
That's a thing.
yeah,
know.
but like it's
That's what I'm
like, and so I'm wondering, is that a trend that's kind of going by the wayside, or are people looking for like those niche trends in their neighborhoods?
What happens in a neighborhood is whenever there's a crisis. Harvey is a great example. I mean, it was horrible, and it was us. And so neighborhoods, you came out of your house and you helped each other.
Right.
So then we had the pandemic, which that's still my tinfoil hat's real tight right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I whatever. Smash poetry. Sorry. I'll stop.
Are we under the same Tim hat? Because I'm feeling it.
Probably. But the idea is it was a crisis that whenever you have that in your neighborhood, everybody comes out, everybody knows
Yeah.
everybody.
You work.
And do they do Kona, shaved ice in the neighborhood? Do they have a monthly,
Right.
quarterly thing in the neighborhood? Hey, we got a band coming out or whatever.
Food trucks.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like
Nice.
that. So the idea is now with the pandemic, we went the other way. Now people have trouble peopling. I'm not picking on anybody at this table. I'm trying to not make eye contact.
It's me. It's fine. It's fine. It's me.
Okay. I'm back.
I'm the problem. It's me.
Is that
Well, you may be
I mean, see, people with him.
you may be easy cowboy. That's tenuous at best. But the idea is those kinds of things. You're right. They may be coming back. Some people think, I want to know my neighbors better. And I've got it. It's like whenever the first one came through in 2008 was the hurricane. It knocked out all the power in our neighborhood. Dude, I rolled the smoker to the end of the driveway because everybody's power's out, and we burned meat.
Yeah.
24. It was huge because there was no starving anybody in our neighborhood. It was great,
Yeah.
and that pulled everybody together. And I got a chance to really serve.
You got to meet them and hang. Yeah.
Dude, they were like, "Oh, you get to do this?" I said, "Yeah." That tree fell on your house. We're using it. Okay. That firewood's cheap right now. Let's run a chainsaw. And
do it.
that puts everybody in the same place.
Yeah.
So after the pandemic, we're still recovering from that. And that's with the housing, everything. Like I said, the builders are 3 years behind. 22. What was the housing market like? It was nuts.
Yeah.
Still, they're still living that, which is why Conroe's the most overbuilt. And I demonstrated that clearly with the satellite imagery. In buying a house, it depends upon the research. And always use the realtor because I'm dragging, and if they're smart, they've got everybody with them. We can't do anything. You got to get in my car until Stephanie writes a letter. Stephanie writes a letter, pre-approval, we're good to go. She can afford, no, we're not going here. Yeah, we're going to go over here,
We're gonna
Bob.
cross this one off, that one off.
Yeah, okay, so that's going to take that out of the way. So in buying a house, and it depends upon all the amenities, flood zone, and there's so many things. And like I make a joke of there are 700 steps. The first one's call the realtor. And if they have all these people, and there's like a Google, and you can Google it. What are 10 questions you should ask your realtor? What's your volume?
Yeah.
How many times have you done this? And they're real direct. And if they don't have the answer, you need to, march on.
If they dance around the answer.
Ding,
yeah.
ding, ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no direct. And I sit down, and when I sit at kitchen tables and I talk to people, one of the things that they owe us is the truth. Because if you allow me the opportunity to truly serve you, if you tell me the truth, I can do. Oh, you don't like that? We're not doing that. And
we're not
And
working
another
together
thing is
anymore.
like if you, I don't know everything. Yeah, I said that out loud. So if you see something you think I can do better, then I'll do it. And if I can't do it, I'll explain why. Or B, I need to be hitting the road. I'm a big free market dude.
Yeah.
So with the real, stop it. Don't feed the ego, Mr. Funny Pants. I'm going to use air parentheses on you. Watch it, Mr. Flinchy.
Way to go.
But the idea is being able to be free market.
Right.
And take your time. If you come in and have to, you're going to get the fuzzy end of the stick in the real estate department every time. That's just standard business practices. And I'm surrounded by people who are way smarter than me. Maybe present company excluded. I don't know.
Are there people outside? I don't know.
Include me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stop it. That was fun. No,
wanna be
they're
smart.
world class at every level. I don't have to know anything. JR babysits. His reports. He doesn't write inflammatory language. Stephanie's like very truthful. Not my favorite.
Dang it, they need to be able to
so
afford
that's
that
We
$1
like,
million.
we like truth and honesty.
So that's when she loathes something so much.
Yeah.
Not my favorite. And so she's a little bit more delicate than we are, but that lets us do our jobs better. Call a realtor that's not a friend or family member, because so many. I used my brother-in-law.
What did Brad do?
Stop it! You're really your name. The names need to be changed.
Should I give his last name too? His name is.
Yeah. But the idea is ultimately build into somebody that does B2B, and that's what we do.
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Picking on you,
No.
like your father outlaw.
Yeah.
He's part of my circle now. Mm-hmm. So I got
I take partial responsibility for that.
easy cowboy.
Careful.
This is
You did
being-
ask him to join the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. Oh man, I have so many jokes right now. I'm buffering. I'll stop. But he's part of that, and the idea is like, what do you need?
Right.
And being a resource as a realtor, and there are so many that do a great job, and then there are the other ones that like if you do your job, you're top 20%, and so people say, what sets you apart? I answer my phone, and then the other one is like, well, what sets you apart from that? Well, I call people back. If you do that as a realtor, you're
gonna win.
top 3%.
Yeah.
And it, like I say, I may not be the perfect fit, and it doesn't matter, but that's why builders hate realtors, because we're going to hold their feet to the fire.
Yeah.
And then there are some builders that are very cooperative. They're like, we love realtors. You bring us business. And the idea is, if I can do this with a customer, I know that they're taken care of. That's great. That's easy money.
Yeah.
But some of them, God, I nearly used air parentheses right there. I'm fighting it.
Well, no. When you're talking about like the top 3%, like I was explaining this to a young man just last night, and I was explaining to him the Pareto principle. Are you guys familiar with this? Like the 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
And I was telling him, I was like, one of the tricks that you're going to have to figure out in your life is identifying those places in your life or 20% of your activity produces 80% of your output, right? And he was like, I was like, can you grasp that? And he was like, yeah, I can. Okay, great. So within that 20% that produces your 80% of your output, 20% of that also produces 80% of your output and your results. And I was like, and that's the trick, is beginning to identify the things like what you're talking about. I answer the phone. That's going to be like 1% of your activity, but you have identified that as a thing that produces so much benefit to you and your clients that it's something that's repeatable. It's easy to do, but like it's something that not everybody will do because they haven't identified it as an output producer, right?
The overwhelming majority of people out there, and I've been guilty of this. The overwhelming majority of the people will say, "I need a mortgage person. Let me call Bank of America." It's like,
Ew.
oh, that's
evil
That's,
empire.
that's really the worst
Fine.
thing you could do, because you're never going to get a call back, and you're never going to get
There's not
what you
this.
need, the personal
Right.
touch. So the finding the Stephanie is a lot harder than maybe it should be, but it's so much more rewarding. Every realtor is the same, right? And I get the same thing for me. Every home
the
inspector is the
same.
same. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay, well,
Let's start over.
you can. I've worked with a lot of home inspectors. I can tell you right now, they're not all the same, and I don't try to exploit that, because I can make mistakes.
Sure.
So I'm not here to say, oh, look, I'm so much better. I'm just here to help you if you want me, because I'm going to answer the phone. Brian's going to answer the phone. Stephanie's going to answer the phone. We answer the phone. We follow through, and we try to make sure that you're taken care of. Even if you don't use us, like I just want to give you information that's going to help you make good decisions so that you can have a good home buying experience.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
I say that's so true. And I will say in a referral world, because for us, one of the things with the builders is, outside of their building quality and their treatment to realtors, most of them own a mortgage company, right? So they are able to do all kinds of magic on that side of things, or illusions, whatever you want to call it, which is magic. But
Let's go full Cajun.
Either
It's
way,
voodoo. You got to bring a
it's
live
fine.
chicken to closing.
Come on, let's just have
However-
the air quote dance.
So this just happened, and one of the people that we work with, that is a good friend of ours, her daughter was buying a house, and I said, you know what? Probably the builder is going to be able to build in a lot of great things and whatever, but let's just take a look at it, right? And hands down, I will tell people all day long, let me look at the numbers and explain to you what you're spending money on when it comes to a loan. Because sometimes they're giving you a $10,000 incentive because they're charging you $10,000 to get the loan, right?
There's an origination.
Not out of the
happens.
goodness of their hearts.
That happens, yeah. And
just give me
sometimes it's
stuff
a
for free.
fantastic deal. And there's been, I will not lie. 8 out of 10 times, I'm not going to be able to beat it, right? Because unfortunately, I'm not going to give you cabinet upgrades because you went with me for your mortgage. Probably not going to throw in a washer, dryer, and refrigerator. But I will give you an honest answer on everything else. And hopefully that service will lead to, in the future, when you're making the next purchase, or somebody making a purchase, you're not referring the call center
Builder,
employee, right, that helped you at the builder. You're referring the person who was a human who actually walked you through and helped you understand
Not
things.
in a smoke-filled room in Wausau, Wisconsin.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But the human touch, I think,
Threw
is
Wausau under the
such a
bus,
big
like
deal.
just out of nowhere.
I have a lot
I
of
didn't even know that was a city.
Gonna Google that later.
okay.
Is it Texas or is it? No,
It's
where is it?
Wisconsin,
Oh, no.
based on his.
Got
I
great
know.
cheese.
I was gonna say that somebody's making curds over there, and they
Fried curds and Laney's. Sorry. Every bar is 1.3 miles apart, well within snowmobile distance
hey,
of each other.
I've heard it's great ice fishing.
It's
Drink whiskey. They wear cheese hats and they go ice fishing.
I mean, that is a paradise then.
I think it sounds worth visiting.
There's pretty good hunting in Wisconsin.
yes, there is very.
There's
That's
that
where I
too.
shot my large buck. So
See,
yeah, it was fun. So we definitely had to come to meet eventually. So they're so vicious in Wisconsin, and I love this. The guys that are fishing, there's like sturgeon there, which is the fish of 1,000 casts. I think I'm probably butchering this. And there was one gal they were out riding whatever, and then her dog jumped out of the boat.
oh no,
and
Got eaten.
zoink.
Real river monsters.
And and it was like, and you could hear the Jaws music playing, and the gal was freaking out. And the only reason I know this is because my other buddy was listening to this conversation, and it was like, oh no, what happened to your dog? And she was like, and she was screaming, they ate my dog. And he's like, man, what color was your dog? So he knew what color lure to throw in the water to get that sturgeon.
Yes. Yes.
Is that like
Yes.
That's
I'm
slightly
sorry,
morbid.
Do I need
No,
to,
it's completely morbid. I'm like, yeah, no,
That is
that's not
cold-blooded.
happening. But yeah,
That's awesome.
And he's like, no.
Spoken like a true fisherman. Like
And I'm like, okay.
Taking
I'm
notes.
gonna get some notes.
That evolved out of the Wausau, Wisconsin comment.
I
So,
like it.
yeah, that was funny.
All right, so we are coming up on 2 hours. Just
What?
FYI.
Okay.
Are you trying to cut us off?
No, I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
he
cut
is.
you
Yes,
off.
he
I'm just
is.
letting you know. I mean,
shit.
one, like the batteries are going to die in the camera soon.
Awesome.
Okay.
But I
can't-
did
they
want
can't watch us
to
anymore.
want to get around the table and let everybody have the chance to like who you are, what's your business, how do people get a hold of you, real quick before we cut things off for the night.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Yep.
Am I supposed to know that?
So
if you don't like
you're JR.
missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Don't be me.
Yeah. So my name is Stephanie Hale. I own Traditions Mortgage Group, and I can be gotten a hold of at traditionsmg.com or 832-853-5003.
There you go. Is there a website, social media, anything like that?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
it's out there.
Yeah. So
Okay.
look up Ross Fleury on TikTok.
All right, that's a plug.
There we go.
He is the mouth of the South.
Ross Fleury. TikTok, follow him.
Hat backwards.
I approve that message.
Oh, God, that was funny. You just got elevated.
There you go.
Whoa, Nelly.
So
2
there
new
you go.
followers.
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
All right, what you got?
J.R. Ramirez with Amerispec Inspection Services. Numbers 281-742-0493. My website is www.amerispec.net / Oh, that's not even the right one.
Just Google
Sorry.
Amerispec JR.
Yeah, you can start off at amerispec.net. Unfortunately, it's supposed to be / like North Houston, whatever. But if you put in your zip code, it'll bring me up. And
Okay.
yeah, that's a.
So
it'll give it.
you're findable.
I'm findable.
You can send me the link later. I can
Okay.
post it up.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Thanks.
I'm Brian Richardson. I own the Richardson Group Realtors. And I'm going to give away the company number. It's 281-528-4676. RichardsonGroupRealtors.com. And we have a Facebook page. Same thing.
There you go.
It absolutely rocks the Casbah. My
Rock
problem is
the
I'm
Casbah.
surrounded by
Okay, that's not
eagles. All the
1980s.
girls that work with me absolutely break it off in me. And them. It's like they're so good. And they make me look good. And dear God in heaven, I need the help. So, yeah, just putting that out there. Being bloody honest.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, any last bits of wisdom before we send it on home?
Get a lender,
a lender.
inspector, get a realtor,
There you go.
somebody you like.
Cool. Anything else?
I want to ask a question. How many dimples are in a
Ask your
golf ball?
daddy and your mommy.
Oh, God. No, the Daddy Mommy channel. That's right.
Get some
That was
wisdom in
funny.
you, please.
Financial knowledge.
And
Learn from their mistakes.
Oh, what was it? What
24-year.
24-year difference?
Yeah.
Okay, on the Macron story.
I'm
waiting.
I'm Jamie from Joe Rogan. I got you. Right here. Got facts.
Thank you, Jamie.
Fact check. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Do you know about? Have you followed that story?
yeah.
Like they think that like that he was his school teacher. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
I like that you opened with that. Absolutely random, free associative event.
I did.
Yeah.
I wanted to get on the mic.
Yeah. So,
Gonna trade me spots.
yeah. So she wants to quit.
Uh-oh.
That's funny.
Threw it on
Yeah,
the
no, we
ground.
like listen. We live for the random around here. Like anything that's just like if it's happening, if it's interesting, we want to talk about it. Like it's
Okay.
Rock and
yeah,
roll.
you know,
Groovy.
even if it has nothing to do with what the topic of, like
Obviously.
people will literally write into the show and it's like I literally show up just for the first 10 minutes,
Oh.
and it's like okay, cool, thank you for being here.
Boo. Boo.
I
That was
know.
the last 10 minutes. What the hell?
I mean, it was a lot more than 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. God dang.
All right. Well, guys, if you enjoy this episode, we really appreciate you joining us on this fantastic Texas home buying journey. It's been a great episode. Click the like button, click the follow, the subscribe, all the fun stuff so that you never miss another episode here in the Homeowner Show studios. Also catch some of our lives that we do from time to time. Just hope you enjoy the program. But until next time, we'll see ya.